Hi, I'm Ronnie Garrett, editor of Airport Business Magazine. In this episode of Boyd Bytes, Michael Boyd talks about the impact social media, the internet, and other technologies are having on the aviation industry as a whole, and on the expectations of passengers coming through today's airports. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Hi, I'm Mike Boyd for Boyd Group International and Airport Business. I want to talk today about planning for the future and the effects of technology on that. And I think one of the things we need to address is we've always assumed that technology is going to cause more and more. Well, technology doesn't always go in that direction. For example, are you aware that the airplanes flying today are no faster than the Convair 990s and 880s that came online 50 years ago? We don't see any growth in that area. We don't see any breakthroughs. Power plant technology is quantum leaps ahead, but that's in terms of fuel burn and emissions, not in terms of moving airplanes faster. So that's an issue to look at. Another thing to look at is because if there's no breakthrough in technology, airlines aren't growing. In North America, we're going to see about 200 fewer jets in the sky in 2015 than we did in 2012. That's not large, but it is a change, and it means airlines aren't growing. And we've made these forecasts before in terms of looking what the FAA is forecasting and what we're forecasting, and we'd rely on our numbers. But you've got to look at things other than the FAA forecast, because if you look at this chart, they're projecting growth that will never take place, bluntly, never take place at the rate they're saying. So you've got to plan for yourself. And one of the things I think you need to look at is what's happening in technology in the airline industry. How are airlines going to change how they operate? No, they're not going to grow forever. They're not growing now. So what are the technological changes that will affect your community and your region and the way airlines operate? Their fleets, how they staff, how they move airplanes across the ground, that's an important issue. Another thing is to look at, for example, what are the airplane's capabilities? We may see longer haul flying rather than shorter haul flying. We may see less flying out of some airports than others. We've been through the regionalization issue. And the final technological point you need to look at is, what's society going to do? How are people going to communicate going forward in the future? Remember, between Albany and Boston, we used to have 40,000 passengers. Today we have none. They're not trapped somewhere. They're just not flying. They're communicating in other ways. So how will things like flash communications, social networks, the internet, how is that going to affect how many people are going to go through your airport and who they're going to be? Again, what we're saying here is don't just trust government numbers and don't just trust arithmetic numbers. You got to look from a futures perspective regarding how the industry is going to change.
We would love to hear your feedback about this episode of Boyd Bytes and previous episodes. We come out with a new Boyd's Bytes twice monthly, so be sure to view the videos and be part of the discussion at AviationPros.com. Thank you for your interest. Have a wonderful day.